welcome back to my channel. This is Mascha's House of Charms, episode number 3, and my name is Mascha. I am coming to you from sunny Alkmaar, and like last episode, my lighting will be going and in all kinds of weird directions, mainly because the sun is out, but there are clouds in the sky, so every once in a while the cloud will go over the sun. My podcast is a predominantly crocheting podcast with the occasional knitting interlaced, and at sometimes even cross-stitching and diamond painting, and if I get around to it, some writing as well. I have a semi-new setup. I'm still sitting at the same place I was last time. It's just that I've propped my camera in a stand instead of propping it against books, and I think it looks a little bit better, not by much, and I am not allowed to move that much because the thing is wobbling precariously at the moment. I will go through my works in progress first, then go to my finished objects, and then to my acquisitions, as I've been doing the last 2 times. Mainly because I want to keep a promise I have made my mom and myself over the holiday period of 2008 and even before that. I kind of want to say that I'm keeping my promise, but I'm also not keeping it. So it's a two-way street, give or take, and it's probably always going to be that way. I will keep my promise and I won't. My promise was that I would finish stuff before starting new stuff. And I have sort of been good, but sort of also not last month. But yeah. Also, I want to apologize for coming to you a week and a half late instead of actually no, a week late. Instead of recording last week, I am recording now because of a holiday week off that my husband had taken, which meant he and his father would be doing all kinds of stuff in the house, and that led to me not being able to film the current setup. I could have taken everything upstairs and see how that would look, but I fear that it's a little bit dark there, so this seemed better. Talking is a thing. Yeah. I have to be honest, I somehow always rehearse before I start filming what I want to say, and then when I start recording, everything is gone. Scripting myself apparently doesn't work because I have written things down and I've put it somewhere where I cannot even find it, but basically boils down to the same thing. Me rehearsing and then forgetting what I was going to say. Works in progress. I'm gonna jump into starting with the writing bit, because I have this month actually started to write again, which feels amazing. It isn't much, and it isn't even writing extremely new stuff. It is rewriting some stuff and actually adding stuff to that rewriting. I have to rewrite the whole story if I want to send it in to someone. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. The first chapter has been rewritten, and I am hoping that today I will be getting some words written on the second chapter. That would be great and amazing and awesome. So yeah. Other works in progress are, of course, my crochet and knitting. I'm going to take out my knitting first because I started this mainly because I wanted to do something in between the process of finishing little boxes of crochet, which I've been doing last month. Not much, but I have. So I took on the February knit crate. I'm making mistakes in it and I don't really know if it bothers me. Don't know if it bothers, yeah. I made a mistake in this part and that means it doesn't really line up with the rest. But I don't know. Ripping it out would mean, frogging it would mean I'd have to frog back to the start. And I don't know if I want to do that. Probably won't, actually. Because it's going to be for me, this one. Instead of my daughter stealing everything for me, from me. This one is actually for me. She likes the color, she likes how it looks so far, but yeah, she doesn't want it. So that's a good thing. This, of course, sorry, is the yarn that came wet with the booklet being wet, but I am able to read the pattern perfectly, so I'm okay. Then going into the theme of the little boxes of crochet that I was supposed to be finishing, I have a little box of crochet that has been my first and that needs a lot of finishing still. I have, oh, they all fell out. Of course that happens to me. Literally one acorn finished. I need to finish a few more. And then I still need to make the toadstools that will go over the wreath. I don't know if I'm saying that correct. And then there's a brooch I can make as well. I'm making enough to make both, so I will be finishing both the wreath and the brooch. It is a yarn I've never worked with before until I actually started this. I did start right when I got it, and then I put it away because other stuff came in and that was easier, and I don't even know what I was thinking. But I'm really, really happy with how far I got. So the leaves are all done. The wreath has been the wreath has been covered. Circular wire has been covered. Yeah, that one. And like I said, leaves have been done all, and that would include those for the brooch. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to finish that this month, somewhere between now and the 30th. I have a few things that I want to finish before that, so, well, before that date. Ow, sorry. The other little box of crochet that I picked up that I had already started is the Dontiphon. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably going to be reversed. We'll see how that works. I finished his head, actually, yeah, his head. I made a mistake, so he now has an eye open and an eye closed. I have a feeling I still made a mistake there as well, but I'm okay with that. I have begun work on the ears, and then I think the legs are next after the ears. Sorry. Arms are next after that. No, you're embroidering the nose, then you're making the body, then the arms, and then the legs. Yeah. So I still have a few things to do. I also have to make flowers and then embroider flowers on its body. But when that is finished, he is going to move into our bedroom too. And he's been living there for a while, so finishing him wouldn't be a punishment for him. her, whatever. Anyway, the final work in progress that I have, I'm going fast, aren't I? Yeah, is the Proper Pineapple birthday cowl shawlette. I don't know if you can see. It's going pretty well. Today the next clue should come out. I'm really hoping to go as fast as I did last week. It's a 4-week MCAL in which Holly will give us clues each week. The pattern can be bought on Ravelry. First clue was this part, and the second clue, like I said, should be up today, I think. I'm hoping it will be up soon, but we'll see. I started off with 4 colors that were close to each other except for the yellow, of course, but ended up thinking, you know what, maybe blue would look better. Looking back, I know why I went for the blues, and I'm not unhappy with it because it does look more stunning than the other colors would. But I'm tempted to actually use the other colors and see how that would look if I just use those 2 colors in that same sequence. So I am going to try again, just not now. Or maybe when this one, second part, so the second clue has been done for me, I might actually just continue on until I finish the second part as well. But that would be me starting a new thing again, so I don't think I should. But who knows, maybe I will. Yeah. I'm doing this with Stylecraft DK, by the way. And yes, that's from Stash, even. That is saying something for me. Because couple of months ago, the store where I usually buy my yarn from had a sale on Stylecraft, and I decided to go for it. So I have a lot, I think last year even, because I did the Tomte that they had, and I wanted to do him in different colors, which is why I actually have the colors that I have. I'm still debating on doing that still. So I may actually do that soon, but we'll see. Yeah, that's my works in progress finished. I need to have something to drink, some tea. Going onwards to my finished objects, I have 2 gauge swatches that I did. I don't know if they count as finished objects, but I did finish them in the allotted time. It was for wearefiberly.com, which is a site that will launch on the 12th of this month, where you can apply to be a tester, test knitter, or test crocheter for pattern designers. And she specifically stated that you needed to perform a swatch. I swatched for both crochet and knitting. Knitting wise, I did okay. I actually have the tension down. The crochet tension was a little bit off, which is weird for me because usually I crochet pretty stiff. And going down hook sizes is a novel thing for me, but it did feel good too, so there is that. I'm looking forward to the launch as well, and seeing what patterns I could try out. I'm also on Yarn Pond, which was the hat that I showed you last time. And I have been thinking about joining one or two test knits. It's just that I don't know if I have the time, and I don't know if I have the right yarn for that. And buying new yarn would mean that my that I'm actually spending stuff on money on things I don't really need at the moment, because I do have stash, and I want to try and see if I can knit or crochet that up. Having said that, you should see what I've bought. But yeah, going on to the next finished object. I finished this little guy yesterday. It's for a colleague of mine. His baby boy will be born anytime this week or soon. I make a lot of these. Well, a lot is a bit dramatic, but I do make a few. I make them for my colleagues. I have two upstairs that I am trying to sell, or maybe even give away at some point. But I asked him what colors he wanted, and I had shown the one I made for another colleague, and he said, I want those colors, so I had to look. And I needed the gray again, which is part of my stash enhancement that I will show you later on. It's made, that's what I forgot. This is made with durable 4, I want to say. Yeah, I made a amigurumi with it, and I still have a lot left. Probably shouldn't have used this, so maybe at some point I am going to rip this out, because I need it for another amigurumi. I have a box full, and I should have enough for 4 characters, and there's 5 patterns in there. So I've made one, given it away. That was in June, May, June, August. I don't remember. But yeah, I've given the raccoon away to the same baby who got 2 of these, one in yellow and gray and one in this green and gray. This is made with Yarn and Colors Must Have, and it is one of my favorite cottons to work with. So I got introduced to them through Little Box of Crochet, so it makes I got introduced to them through Little Box of Crochet because of their love for their yarns. I have so much leftovers that I figured I could try that. But with the colors that my colleague wanted at the time, I needed to buy, and I have not been disappointed since. So, yeah. Another finished object that was well on its way, that had to wait a long period of time, is Percy the Gnome. And he does have a little bit of rosy cheeks, so you just can't see it. He does have his little bell. Again, made with Yarn and Colors, and a little bit of dirt on him. He also has his toadstool, and the reason why I just turned it around, I don't know if you can see, but I needed to add the red of his shirt into the toadstool because there wasn't enough yarn left over, which surprised me actually, but yeah. It's the first time I didn't have enough yarn, so I don't know what my voice is doing, I'm sorry. Yeah, he has been waiting for a while, and this one crocheted up really fast. They're supposed to be projects that you crochet up in an evening. It usually takes me a little longer because I get distracted to do something else, have to do something else, or I've already done so much that my hand cramps up. I'm alright with that, but yeah. It is also one of the reasons that it's taken me to... No, that is not one of the reasons. One of the reasons why it's taken me so long is that, just like Dontiphon, he's been living in my bedroom. I'm sorry. I'm still overcoming that cold I had last time. I'm on the last legs. I can tell that I'm on the last legs, but I'm not there yet. But he, like I said, he's been living in my our bedroom, and I only crochet on them when I'm upstairs on my bed watching TV, which I don't do that often anymore because I prefer to stay downstairs before I go upstairs to sleep. My bed is to sleep in. But who knows, maybe I'll take a break at some point. I do know that sometimes I should stay and sleep a little longer, or maybe even rest instead of sleeping. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. I finished the heart that I showed you last time, and I'm so sorry, it's full of hairs. I don't even know what to say. I said I was going to be working on something else. Instead, finished this the same day that I recorded me showing you the second part of the heart. I had only started on the first, I had the first part finished and had started on the second part, which was nearly done, and I figured, you know what, I'm gonna finish it anyway. So it got finished that same night. Everything is on it, everything has been done, and it even has its little tassel. It probably could do with a longer loop, but I'm alright with the loop so far. It's supposed to be a pin cushion, but so far it's been just on the closet where I keep all my yarn, or all the yarn that I have upstairs, which is where most of my yarn should be. I promised someone. I do a lot of promises. Yeah, but this actually worked up pretty quickly, quicker than I figured it would, given that I was in pain at that point. Go figure. The other finished object is the one that I was going to be working on a lot more. I don't know why there's cat hair all over it. I live in a house with cats, so shouldn't be a surprise. It's the Moon Faces scarf. It doesn't have the tassels because my daughter doesn't want tassels on them. But I ended up enjoying at least the putting together and then putting the finishing touches to it, and I enjoyed watching it come together at the end. She hasn't worn it yet because I said I wanted to show people. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure she would have worn it to school already. But now she can, so it's hers, and I'm happy. I don't know if I said this last time. I'm not really a fan of black, but that's because I don't like to, I'm not a fan of black yarn. Because working with black in the lighting that I usually have hurts. Because I usually miss where I'm supposed to go, or I actually accidentally go in the same stitch 2, maybe 3 times. So this has been one of those projects that I take to work or actually work on during the day. And that means it takes longer to finish. But it has been finished and it looks amazing. So then yeah, I'm gonna go with this one first, and then I'm gonna show you half. I don't know if I should call it half a finished project or a finished project that can be revisited. Let's see, this is the teacup and saucer that we made around the time that Prince Harry and Meghan got got married. And I like the way it looks now. I'm just not really a big fan of the gold yarn. I have to be completely honest, I'm not a fan of working with it when I'm cross stitching either, so it's the yarn or me. It's me probably, but yeah, it looks really amazing, so there is that. I made 2 changes. I didn't do the French knot in every single flower, and I didn't crochet leaves for every rose. Again, that's because of the gold yarn, which, even though it looks amazing, hurts, breaks. Probably my tension, by the way. It's probably the tension I have on my work. And I think there were supposed to be 2 flowers, sets of flowers on the rim of the saucer, and I didn't do that either because I think 1 is enough as is. I don't know where I'm going to be putting it, but who knows. Those are my... Oh, nope, nope. Like I said, I don't know if I should call this half a finished project or a finished project. This is Honey. It was December's little box of crochet. It was the Toft box, and I adored working on him. It's just that as soon as I started working on the ears, the hook broke, and of course I do have more 3mm hooks. If you have a few little boxes of crochet, you either have a few, you will have a few hooks that will fit. I have more than enough 2.5mm hooks to actually start a few projects. For instance, the Autumn Wreath and Dontiphon both have a 2.5mm hook, so it helps that they have their own hook, and they will always keep their own hook. I was a little sad that the hook broke though, so I just showed it on Instagram, and yeah, what I didn't expect was for them to get back to me, for Toft to get back to me and ask me to contact them through their webpage, which I did, and I will get into the acquisitions next. I'm still holding on to Honey because I still have enough yarn to make a second one, which I am going to do soon, which will make it a completely finished object, or I have 2 little puppies that are going to be sitting on our bed, on the head of our bed, instead of the little cabinet that we have for crocheted objects. And right now she's sitting in the cup because she's big enough for that. Anyway, I'm gonna start with that one because that seems easiest. I just need to grab it quickly. Right, so sorry. I showed the hook on Instagram with the I think still the ear at that point, or I don't remember correctly. I could look it up. With the broken hook, which basically was the metal piece had come out of the handle. I contacted them, included the picture, and they got back to me. Felt sorry that it had broken. It is not supposed to break. It already felt loose when I started working with it, so yeah. So they sent me a new one, and it came in a bag, in a really cute box. I have to be completely honest, I hadn't expected it to come in a box. What is most fun is that it came with a shipping thing, and it has this on it, and I thought that was a really cute touch. But it also comes with 2 patterns, one for a knit après hat, and I think it will look really good. At some point I am going to order their yarn, but that will be in the future somewhere, maybe even after our vacation. So maybe then I will knit this. I don't know. It looks like a fun hat to wear, so who knows. And then of course, perfect for Easter, a hen egg topper, and it looked amazing. It looked like really fun. It also gives you a leaflet on which subscriptions they have, and the leaflet on the new book, which will come out in September 2019. I have to say their customer service is amazing. But yeah, I have a new 3mm Toft hook, and it's gonna get a special place amongst my hooks, or actually it's going to stay with all my yarn. But yeah, that's the first acquisition that I have throughout the month. And sorry, this is the book that's going to take time. What came in after? Yes, the knit crate came. I have to be careful because I have to move things around. I'm sorry. That also does unfortunately mean, I think you can get in there. We've all seen it with other podcasters before. I am a member. I pay for it myself. This is the colorway, and I am choosing to actually make the hat because that looked like fun. The bird seat. It's just I don't have the needles yet, so I have to get those first. That's something I will do pretty soon. Alternating long tail. Yeah. I have enough. That's not true. I don't have enough shawls. I can never have too many of anything. But this one seems like something I would actually use. And of course, yeah. that is what I meant to say. What also came with it is the pouch. It now holds another work in progress. I should have showed you that, and I will in a minute as soon as I've closed the box and put these two back underneath the rest. Sorry. It is a work in progress that I started as well, and it has a little bit of a story behind it as to why I actually started it. It is cross stitching, so yes, I am showing you something cross stitched. Hopefully, yeah. It isn't, I didn't get that far yet. It is nearly a quarter done, and then I'm gonna go to the bottom right corner. Yeah. And then work up and then down to finish it all off. It's supposed to be stitched inside the hoop, but I accidentally miscalculated the center of the piece. So I figured I'm going to just do it like this, and then I'm going to put the hoop around it. This is what it's supposed to be. And I just realized that you can totally see the pattern through, but yeah. It is from the geekystitchingco.com company. This is the add-on kit, which means that it is a small kit. You can put it as an add-on to your order, and they will provide you with the yarn, the hoop, and the extra pom-pom thing that goes around it, and then you can stitch away. It shouldn't take as long as this one's taking me, by the way, but that's mostly because I get distracted easily again. I started working on this last Sunday, because of something that had happened at work, and I needed something to do instead of crochet or knitting. Crocheting and knitting were hurting me, and I wanted to do something creative with my hands, and I actually wanted to stab something, so it worked out. I don't really want to go into that one right now, so I'm going to leave it as is. That is why I started it. I hope to finish that one as well before Easter, so I will probably pick that one up after I've written words. Because yeah, I want to put some Easter things around the house. I won't be here September. I don't know what I have with September. Sorry, guys. Easter Sunday, because I got invited to do something with makeup, so that looks like fun, and hopefully I'll learn something and actually use it in real life. I do sometimes use makeup, but mostly when I feel like it, which might be tomorrow. And I'm recording today, of course. All right, next. Yeah, I'm gonna do the wool plan together. Next is a pre-ordered book, which is the Home Collection by Wendy van Belden. Yep, I got that right. She has one out that is the spring collection now. She has the summer collection out, and it looks amazing. There's a lot of pink in there though. But there's stuff in here that I would love to make. I just don't have the yarn for it, or these replacement yarn. Because she works with scheepjes, and scheepjes is also a yarn I love to work with, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, if you ordered before a specific time, you would get a project bag, which is this one. I have one not in use. I also, at the same time, ordered yarn. Now here's the thing. Sorry. There was a reason why I ordered this, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. There was a pattern right next to it, and I cannot find it on her website anymore. So if anyone ordered the same book at the same time, knows what this is supposed to become, I would like to know. If you happen to have a pattern that needs a 3 or 3.5 knitting needle or crochet hook and needs 2 skeins of yarn, let me know. But yeah, it is 11% mohair, 11% wool, 75% premium acrylic, and 3% metallic polyester, because it does, I don't know if it catches, have sparkle to it, and it is really thin too. There we go. Like I said, I have 2, and I really like the color. It is soft as well, and it also has, I don't know if you, yeah, you can totally tell. I hope I'm, yeah. Sorry. I have looked on the website for Scheepjes, and I've also looked on her website. I, for the life of me, cannot find the pattern that uses this yarn. So, but I am going to use it for something. It's just, it's not going to waste, I promise. Okay, so that's Wendy's Home. By the way, the website's Wendy's Home Collection.com. I will be putting links to everything in the down bar, in the description box down below. I realized that I haven't done that on the last one. I will be doing that as well as soon as this one's uploaded, because that's when I put links to everything in description boxes. I'm sorry for that. Next is the first order I placed at Belden. I love their bags, create with yarn. Of course, that is the websites even. Now, at first, yeah, this is the first one. I was gonna go into town and order, get the circular needles I need for the sweater that I'm going to be knitting as soon as the other sweater, the buttercream sweater is finished. But I kept putting it off, and then I decided to just go online and order them. They're both Knit Pro Zings. This one's 2.75, 80 centimeters, and this one is 3.5, 40 millimeters. You start off with this one on the neck. That's not the word I'm looking for. When I get there, I'll let you guys know what is in here. This was surround. I'm making noise, I'm sorry. And then I decided to actually order this is where I need help. And that's mostly with the naming of the yarn company, because I've been calling them Durable because that seems the most logical name to me. But when I went to the craft fair Creado in November, I heard a lady say Durable, And according to my mom, that's actually the name. So I know in English it's durable. Cannot imagine it being anything else. But if you happen to be Dutch and you happen to watch this, how do you pronounce their name? I can go either way. I just want to pronounce it correctly, even in my own language. So, I ordered durable coral in 7 colors because I'm going to be crocheting Jeroentje of Jan Jans en de Kinderen, which is a Dutch comic. They're pretty well known. I've crocheted Katootje, I've crocheted Lotje, and I've crocheted de Rode Kater, or the Je weet wel Kater. And I was tempted to actually call our own Rode Kater, red cat, the same way, but my husband wouldn't let me, so, which is probably a good thing, because he's not completely red anyway. So I ordered, like I said, seven colors. I will start with the bright ones, which is his sweater, his jacket, and his hair. It is orange, bright green, and bright yellow. They are crocheted on 2.5 or 3.5 millimeter hooks and needles. They are, didn't do that with scheepjes. Yeah, I did. 100% cotton. Then there is the darker colors. This is navy and black. I'm trying to, navy is for his pants and black is for his shoes. His features, yeah, his facial features, just not his eyes. He doesn't show his eyes. And then there's the two, well, main color is the peach. Sorry. And white. Sorry. White is mostly used for his sneakers again. Jeroentje has his hair in front of his face, so that's why you don't need to crochet his eyes or put them anywhere. Which helps because I'm not that good at placement. But yeah, that's my first order from Full Play. I'm sorry. And the second order is a lot of yarn and colors. This one didn't come with it. I needed this gray again, which is the soft gray. Like I said, I needed it for the baby thing. And instead of just going online and ordering 1 or 2, maybe 3 colors, which would have been a better solution than what I've done this time, I went and ordered 25 balls of yarn. In all honesty, I would love to at one point have all 100 and some colors of the must-have, but this is a start, and it's a good start. It's just that the next time I order, I'll probably have to order colors that I don't have. I'm pretty sure I also have 2 other colors already in my collection upstairs that come in the 50 that you can buy. You can buy lots of 25, 50, or 100. 100 is all colors, 50 is half of them, and of course 25 is a quarter. And the most used or the most, I don't know. But I have those in the same bag, and it's a lot of colors. Yeah. 2 to 3.5. I don't know. Oh, the other one was 3. They're knit on 2 to 3.5, and the baby thing was crocheted on a 3.0. Yeah, millimeter hook. This one is eucalyptus. And then I have, I don't know, I'm just gonna go through all of them. Grass. I'm not glass. And again, a black. I'm tempted to actually try and see if I can make Yorunki with this one. I just don't have all the colors, so I might do the Miffy that a friend of mine sent me. Black, I showed him. Yeah. Shadow, which is a darker gray than the soft gray. Forest. Imagine having to put everything back in. Limestone. Cigar. We're getting to the purples and lavender and orchid. I like orchid. I also like the other variations that they have, but I have to be very careful at the moment. I want to buy all, trust me. Blossom. And then we have opaline glass. All of these, by the way, are 50 grams and 125 meters, which is approximately 137 yards. And they're all cotton as well. This is ice blue. And I've worked with the ice blue before in the main moon faces scarf. And I have worked with the lavender as well, as you can tell. So yeah. Navy, dark blue. Ta-ta-ta. Yes, I did take them out before. Denim. Jade gravel. Their wrappers are coming loose. Just plain old white. Cream. Sunflower. That upside down, I don't. Cardinal, which is red. Far more vibrant in real life than on camera. And then there's deep cherries. Seems true to color. Yeah, last 3. Pearl. Like I said, wrappers are coming off, but that's because they have been in the bag. I just realized I might be able to pull off a Yorunki still. I just don't have the right green for the jacket. Sorbus, which seems to be the same as the same orange as the durable. And mustard. which is actually a color that I like. It's a lot nicer as a color. I'm just gonna put everything back in the bag, and then I'm gonna go to the last two acquisitions that I have, and then I'm going to finish, I think. Do I have more to say? No. Right, so two more acquisitions. I wanted to try out Super Saver, Red Heart Super Saver, super hard, for a while, but had been keeping it off. I had been subscribed to their newsletter for a while, but I just hadn't bought it or bought anything from them, mainly because they're in the US, I'm in Europe, and shipping from the US to Europe to me is pretty expensive, but I was actually pleasantly surprised. It came down to $10, which is still a little steep, but less than I expected it to be, so I'm pretty happy and pretty stoked. So let's go on with the first one. I bought the Super Saver Hombre, yeah, in the color purple, and yes, I bought this with my daughter in mind. I have a request from her to create her one of these in this, so we're gonna see how that one works out. It's going to be bigger, a lot bigger than anything else. It is, of course, as many of you will probably know, for 283 grams, 10 ounces, 482 yards, 440 meters. And I have to be completely honest, when I opened it, I didn't expect it to be this big. As a comparison, or even, sorry, this is what I'm used to, and this is what I got. So yeah, I'm happy. It's a lot of yarn though. So I have one project from this one, and then I don't know what I'm going to be doing with the second one, which is also a ombre, which is Sweet Treat. I wanted to do the Yeda and Stitches market bag, but I don't know if it calls for this type of yarn, and if it doesn't, if it does, if one skein is enough. It looks like it, but I'm not sure. So yeah. Having said that, I think I should probably leave it at this, because I've been talking for about an hour, and I've shown you everything that has happened this month. By the way, I apologize for the boxes that you sometimes saw in the back. That's all stuff from my daughter's room. We are redecorating, we are clearing space, yeah, basically all of that. That lamp in the back will disappear at some point to right in front of me, to make our dining room table visible again. Actually, make it pleasant to eat at our dining room table. Which I have to clear now because I filled it up. I am going to sign off right now. I want to thank you for watching, and if you have any suggestions on what I should change, or suggestions even on what to make with this, let me know, and I will talk to you guys sooner. I think I'm going to be opening the next knit crate on camera, because that seems like a better idea than having a lot of stuff to show you at the end of each podcast. But I will see, because I'm also one of those people that tears into stuff and then remembers, oh yeah, I'm supposed to wait until I have a camera on me. It's always been like that except for the dolls, but I usually grab my camera as soon as my dolls arrive, so probably should do that with yarn as well. Have a great week. Like I said, if you have any suggestions or stuff, put it down in the comment section. And I think that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.